What's up YouTube, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be explaining Keepa in depth for you guys. It's going to be a full tutorial on how to use Keepa to make decisions backed by the data and not just be guessing when you're making purchases for Amazon FBA. Make sure you guys stay tuned for this video because Keepa is one of the most important tools that you're going to need for Amazon. I'm going to be showing you guys why it's so important. We're going to be looking at some products actually using the software, and I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to use Keepa Product Finder, one of the most powerful product research tools for Amazon FBA in 2025. All right guys, so when you're starting off with Keepa is going to be about $20 USD. It's $20 a month. This is one of the most bang for your buck softwares that's out there. A lot of you guys are thinking about getting the free version, but the free version isn't going to give you the access to the monthly sales, the new offer count. It's not going to let you use Keepa Product Finder. It's not going to give you the data that you need. Make sure you guys are actually paying for the software. It's very important. So this is what Keepa is actually going to look like. It's going to be this Chrome. Make sure you guys are getting the Chrome extension over here. Make sure you guys are getting the Chrome extension over here, right? It's going to be this pink line that's fluctuating, right? This is basically explaining the buy box. The buy box is over here. But before I explain this, right, I have to explain the importance of the buy box. The buy box is basically an algorithm, right? The buy box rotates through different sellers, and if you win the buy box, you're most likely going to get the sales on the listing. Amazon is always rotating the buy box. There's a lot of things that actually go into winning the buy box, but winning the buy box is one of the most important things if you actually want to get sales on Amazon. Some of the things that actually factor into you actually winning the buy box is obviously how many reviews you have on your account, how many good reviews you have on your account, right? What's your shipping speed? Are you FBA or FBM? Sometimes Amazon favors fulfilled by Amazon because they have that 2-day shipping, 1-day shipping, right? Obviously your price too. Like, so if you and an FBA seller are both competing on the same listing, right? You guys have the same shipping speed. You guys have the 2-day prime shipping, but he prices it at $49.99 and you priced it at $47.99. You're going to be most likely to win the buy box because you have a better price. So now that we understand what the buy box is and how important it is, let's look at this first chart over here. There's 3 charts with Keepa. Let's look at this first chart. This pink chart is the buy box, right? Obviously the most important thing with Amazon FBA. And as you can see over here on this listing, it's fluctuating, right? As you can see, it's going down. So when the buy box price is going down and up and fluctuating a lot, that's not a good thing. We want to have a stable buy box. So as you can see over here, there's an FBA and FBM seller competing. When you're doing FBA, you're going to be able to price way higher. So as you can see, because FBA obviously has more fees, but you can price way higher. So as you can see over here, this guy is winning the buy box at 44.50, but if an FBM seller at fulfilled by merchant, if a fulfilled by merchant guy wanted to win the buy box, he would have to put it at $37.99. So he's tanking the listing. This is not a good example. You don't want to be tanking the listing like this. They're obviously fighting for the buy box over here. You could obviously see that these FBM sellers are tanking the price down a lot. As you can see over here, you click on this. This is kind of the sales rank. This is kind of important, right? You want to put this on. I don't have any of this stuff on, like this new third-party FBA, FBM. It doesn't really matter to me. I just kind of look at the offer count. Obviously, this buy box used, right? You know, as you can see, this is new, right? This is new. There's another buy box that says buy this for used. This listing does not have that, right? So we would turn this off. This is used, right? There's not really that many used stuff on Amazon, right? So you would never have to worry about these because if you want to sell something used on Amazon, you're probably going to have to list it at a way lower price. This next chart is super important because this basically tracks the performance of this product. How much does it really sell? So the first thing we're going to put on is the historical data monthly sold. This is the historical data for bought in the past month. So this is a kind of the sales badge. The sales badge is one of the most important things to see if something actually sells on Amazon. Keepa is telling us that Amazon is actually verifying this, and this sells 50 plus times a month. The only thing I have for this chart is monthly sold, obviously. These are the categories like action figures. These are the subcategories. In toys and games, we could actually see, okay, this was 175K buyer seller rank, right? And the monthly sold was at 50. In the toys and game category, this was at 222. Usually on listings, we want to get on products that are around under 100K, but this product over here, as you can see, Thursday, January 2nd, it cracked 85K, right? It sold 100 plus times a month. And then the last one is obviously the offer count. So this is the buy box. This is the price that it sells at. This is the monthly sales, and this is the offer count. How many people are actually getting on this listing? So we're going to turn this on. We want to look at the new offer count. We don't care about the used offer count because there's no used things, right? We're not competing with the used sellers. We're selling new stuff, right? So we're going to click new offer count. And as you can see over here, this is how many sellers are on the listing, right? 45, 41, 42, 40. So we can make educated decisions on this. So right, as you can see over here, 40 sellers on this listing and it only sells 50 plus times a month. I would avoid this item. right? This is not an item that's kind of worth our time. As you can see, it's good that it's going down, right? That means people are kind of getting sales because the monthly sales are going up. So people are getting sales, people are selling out a bit. Some people might just be getting off this listing because it just doesn't sell, right? Obviously, it went down to 13, right? And then it just keeps on going steady. We want a steady offer count, right? We want a steady offer count. So this product is pretty solid, right? Now it's creeping up back at the 20. There's not much competition over here, so this would have been a good time to get in, but it's still at 50 plus sales a month. So I don't know, right? It doesn't have a sales badge, right? So this product wouldn't be worth my time right now. We would have to be getting this at a really good price to actually get on this listing. These are the 3 charts. This is the buy box chart. This is to see which price it actually sells at, right? This is the monthly sales, see how fast it actually moves. And then this last chart is basically just to see the competition. Another feature of Keepa that I want to show you guys is actually the date range. So the good thing about Keepa is we could look at the date. We could look at, okay, who's winning buy box today? Asian Toys has won buy box the whole day today at $33. The monthly sales today is at 50. One seller hopped on the list. So we could look at the day, then we look at the week. So at the start of 7 days ago, there were 23 people on the listings. In 1 week, 4 sellers got on the listing. Monthly sales stayed the same, and 2 people were dominating the buy box in the past 7 days. Another feature that I love about Keepa is obviously the data thing, right? You look at the buy box statistics, you could actually see who's winning the buy box. So you see percentage won, you have 26%. You have Aslan Toys won 26%, right? Great deals. You save is 25%, right? So there's about like 5 to 6 sellers, right? This is a good sign, right? Because the buy box is being shared kind of effectively. There's just not enough velocity for me on this item to kind of get on because there's no sales badge. It only sells 50 plus times a month, and there's already 23 sellers on here. It wouldn't be that efficient. And as you can see over here, when we looked at the weekly chart, this is just backing it up, right? The last time somebody else won buy box was 6 days ago. It'll tell us when they won the buy box. As you can see over here, right, this guy won the buy box 26% of the time because he won it at 33.55. So he tanked the price down. That's why he's winning it. The next guy's selling at 25%. He won it at 37.76. So a big thing about Keepa and just Amazon in general is you're going to have to be able to effectively read the data. You're going to have to effectively look at charts and be able to make decisions backed by the data, or else you're going to be getting on these listings, buying 50 to 100 units thinking it's going to sell when it's not. This is an example of one of the products that we're looking at right now. Let's look at a different product and see how we can use Keepa to see if it's a good winning product or not. Okay, so this is the next product we're kind of looking at right now. Obviously, it sells 1K plus times a month. We're going to look down to our Keepa chart. As you can see, this Keepa chart, unlike the other Keepa chart, this one is actually stable, but it's a straight line and it's not changing. Most of the time, Amazon is on this listing. This is the 3 months data. This is 3 months data, so obviously November 8th. Amazon is consistently winning the buy box until kind of like a couple of days ago, where some of these guys, MJ Entertainment, right, he's winning it at $17.99. GNC Services is winning at $17.49. And as we can see, that some buy box is being won, but in the past 3 months, Amazon has just been bullying this buy box. Now let's look at the second Keepa chart and let's see if it actually sells. So as you can see over here, this looks good, right? Obviously Q4 December, right? Christmas time, a lot of people were buying this. It went down, but it still sells 1K plus time a month, right? A good thing about Keepa chart too, a good feature that not a lot of people talk about, is you could look at the other people's kind of stock count, right? So you can look at, okay, your only deals has 1 in stock. This guy has 1 in stock, 2 in stock, 3 in stock, 1 in stock. This guy has 30 in stock. You can kind of use this information to kind of make decision. Okay, a lot of these people have stock and they're not selling out. That's just another way to see if you should get on this listing. Divide the people on the listing stock versus how many monthly sales, right? It's just another way to see if you would probably get sales. You want to get so good at reading Keepa charts where you know if you get on a listing, you're going to get sales, you're going to be profitable, and you're going to be able to replenish this item. You don't want to be playing any guessing games, and that's why Keepa is such a powerful tool over here. As you can see over here, it's still at 1K, right? Let's look at the yearly Keepa chart. Everything, it stays at like 800, 900, 1K. So there's still some velocity with this, and there's not too many sellers, right? Like I can compete with 15 sellers. That's okay. If this had like 50 to 60 Amazon sellers on it, that's when I would get a little bit worried. Buy box is consistent, but it's won by Amazon. That's a big issue. So the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to look at the data. How much of the percentage of the buy box is Amazon actually winning? We're going to look at the data. We're going to look at the buy box statistics. And as you can see over here, 89% of the buy box is won by Amazon at $18.99. And to win the buy box at a 3% rate, you have to bring it down to $17.99. And you're not going to be finding a better price than Amazon, because Amazon is going to be able to buy it in bulk more. So with this listing over here, right, I would not get on this listing just because if Amazon is winning 90% of the buy box at a higher price, I'm just not going to be able to compete with them, and it just wouldn't be smart. That's how I use Keepa to see if we could compete with Amazon on this listing, right? The monthly sales looks good. The offer count looks good. The buy box is not being shared enough for me to confidently say that I will get sales on this listing. All right, guys, this is the next product we're going to be looking at. This is kind of a seasonal product, Charms Cherry Valentine Pops 25, right? Obviously, this is a Valentine's. This is January 30th right now. So this product is going to be going crazy. I want to show you guys what a Keepa chart is going to look like before the season, during the season, and after. So as you can see, this is the 3 months chart for this. December, there's nobody wants to buy this, right? November, nobody wants to buy this. There's no data on this. Right, sales rank is 169K. 169K sales rank. Over here, sales rank in grocery, it's 12K. As you can see, the velocity, monthly sales, right, in January, from January 10th to January 30th, in 20 days, it went up from a 50 plus bot monthly to 300 plus bot, right? As you can see, the offer count is going up too. Offer count is flying up. The only time I would get on a listing where offer count is going up if the velocity is kind of matching it. So let's just check last year's data to see how this performed, right? As you can see, let's look at the all. Okay. So as you can see, this is 820 days worth of data. This was last year, 2024. Let's see how this went, okay? So offer count is going up. It flew up, right? But as you can see, the velocity kind of matched the offer count, right? So as you can see, 75 people are on this listing, 1,000 monthly sold. It went up to 2,000, and then it went up to 2,000. As you can see, some of these guys are selling out. Some of these guys are getting off the listing. That means people are making sales, right? People are making money, and some people are getting off the listings, right? Some people are returning it, but the people that found this at an amazing price are profiting probably thousands of dollars off this item. This is what kind of happens when there tends to be a lot of competition. There's a bunch of idiots on the listings that tank the listing down when it doesn't need to be tanked down. As you can see, so offer count goes up, buy box goes down, right? I wouldn't get on this item, right? It's just too much. Unless you got it at a ridiculous, like cheap price that you know is better than your competitors and that you can afford to sell this at a lower cost. Like as you can see, this product went from $21 to $14. It's about $6 to $7 just tanked down just because all these sellers are on this listing. This is the seasonal items, right? This is the power of the seasonal items, right? Doesn't sell 8 months to 9 months of the year, but as we check the Keepa chart, sales go up for before Valentine's and a little bit after sometimes. I just wanted to go show you guys what a seasonal kind of Keepa chart looks like and show you guys the power of how to use Keepa to look at the historical data, figure out which listings you could get on before the season actually starts, which listings actually sell and move well in the season.